Good morning, all you cool cats out there. It's Jason, Zombie Collector, and I kind of have not really a deep thoughts as much as it is my kind of sayonara, for instance, my Johnny Bye-Bye moment that I wanted to share with everybody. I was encouraged to do this actually by my kiddo. He's like, you should tell people. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because I thought it was a good idea. And he's a smart kid, and he probably knows better than me anyways. He's already probably smarter than I am. For sure. But I've made a decision that I'm going to hashtag walk away. I'm going to walk away from YouTube and social media in general. Earlier this week I put in an order to cancel my internet, so it's not even a temptation for me to get online because I won't have the access to it from my home. I mean, I'm sure I can still access it on Wi-Fi if I go around the cities and towns and places or whatever, and I can access Wi-Fi from people's houses or whatnot, but that's a lot of work to go and do if I'm trying to keep up a YouTube channel and all that jazz. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut the cord and move on from YouTube. Mostly, I'm pretty good about not being on my phone too much or being engrossed in YouTube. I'm sorry, online. Most things, aside from YouTube, obviously YouTube, as a lot of us talk about on a regular basis, takes up a big chunk of our time. Doing videos, searching and scrounging around at, card shows and shops and eBay, and then taking all that time that you spend online and then having to do a video and then responding to videos and then people responding to your own video and watching content from other people and you a person who really keeps track of what's going on in the YouTube world, you're gonna be a pretty busy fella. And I know a lot of us, I've heard a lot of us say that we sometimes do per day 2 or 3 hours of YouTube time. Either maybe you're creating content or getting content ready or watching videos or whatnot, responding, so on and so forth. And, I don't want to be a slave to YouTube. I don't want to be a slave to keeping up with everybody's channels, including my own. This is me speaking for myself as well. And I've talked about being burned out before, but I always, find a way to get myself back on. So I have a little bit of a cold, so sorry if I'm over here snotting and sneezing on here. Sorry, I apologize. But I just kind of come to the realization that, there's way more important things in my life than YouTube, namely my son. I want to spend more time with him, and most of it has to do with wanting to spend time with him and making sure that I also give him an opportunity to unplug as well, because he's just as involved with playing video games online and hanging out with his buddies online, and then, we're almost two strangers in a house together because I'll be on YouTube or playing around my baseball cards online, whatever you want to call that, and he's playing video games, and we'll be sitting in the same room and we don't even talk to each other. And I want to get back to spending time with my kid, because at the end of the day, if you're a parent, you know that your time with your kids is very precious, because at some point they don't have no time for you. And my son's probably about almost there anyways. He still likes hanging out with his old man, and we still have a good time and things of that sort. But, he's almost 11 years old, and my time is on borrowed time right now until he really says, I want to go to my friend's house every single day. He always wants to be, engaged with them in some way, shape, or form, with either being online or and whenever we let him have a phone or whatever the case may be. And, you know, at that point, I know that it's going to become more and more, even more precious. And right now it's still, you know, we can pal around together, and that's what I crave, because I see him growing up, and I love him more than anything in the world. And I don't want to regret that I have my nose in my phone or on my tablet or whatever, the Chromebook or whatnot, for so many hours and days and weeks and months, and turns into years and blah, 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 that I end up, you know, regretting every single time because I could have been spending time with him. So I don't know how long this will be. I don't know if this is a sabbatical, and if you don't know what sabbatical means, it's like a short time, like a short time away. I don't know if it's gonna be 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, forever. I don't know. So I want to make sure I tell people thank you so much for welcoming into the card community. Thank you for your just amazing graciousness, just your amazing acceptance of me. I know I am the kind of person that is not always easy to tolerate, and I get that, but that's who I am, you know, and I'm fine with, like, I've discussed this on many a video that, you know, I'm not here to make friends necessarily. I'm not here to not rock the boat. Like, I'm who I am online and offline. So sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, and I get it. It's a jagged little pill, as Alanis would say. And, you know, and I'm okay with that. I come to terms with who I am a long time ago. And so I've really appreciated and cherished the friendships I have made, and I will hopefully continue to nourish those friendships, and I'll still be in contact with those guys, and hopefully they'll want to be in contact with me. I just won't be watching as much stuff. I mean, sure, I'll still probably pop in once in a while, you know, when I have some downtime, or if I'm in an area where I can access Wi-Fi and I might be sitting around for a while. Sure, I might do that for some time, but overall, it's pretty much going to come to an end. And so I don't, you know, it's nothing anybody has done, nothing anybody's said. There's no drama, not any more than usual with me, you know, as I like to, you know, sometimes push the boundaries on here that people get extremely butthurt and up in arms, whatever, you know, nothing more than that kind of stuff. But, you know, I just wanted to let people know it's, you know, I've already talked to a few people privately because I thought those people deserve to be told privately a little bit more in detail what's going on. But I thought, as I was talking to Luca, he was like, you should tell everybody. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's a good point, you know. And so I was like, I guess you were raised right. I guess somebody raised you right. And he was like, yeah, Mom. So that's my son for sure. Always throwing shade at me at any given time. But, you know, I wanted to let people know what's going on and kind of just let people know that it's nothing personal. It's nothing traumatizing from anybody in the community or even my own life. It just purely want to take a step back and reassess my priorities and focus on what's important. Cardboard is not important. Slabs are not important. You know, opening boxes and packs and tracking down my Barry Larkins and Ichiros and Don Manleys, none of that's important at all. It has like zero importance in real life. It's a hobby that we all enjoy, but it has no value. And a lot of times no monetary value even in the big scheme of things. And I don't want to get wrapped up in trying to think that I'm putting a valuable tag on it that it's actually valuable when it really isn't. You know, relationships, your family, you know, breaking away from everything and, like, you know, just spending some quiet time with yourself and with your loved ones and just, you know, just reflecting on what's important, which is not, you know, ball cards, you know. And, you know, I think some people get a little bit butthurt because they don't like when you say things like that because you're talking about them. And people take offense to that because it hit too close to home. And they don't like that. They don't like that feeling. They're feeling like, you know, don't say these things out loud because then now you're talking about me and I don't like that. I like it when you talk about yourself or somebody else. But when you say something like that, that makes me have to reevaluate my situation in my life and the way I approach things. I don't like that feeling. And, you know, so this message is not necessarily just for me. I could be talking to many people out there, and not that you would take the same approach necessarily, but hopefully you would reevaluate what's important in your life. You know, I just did the last video talking about how people get wrapped up in keeping up with the Joneses, and how they believe it's important to always be buying stuff and always having something to show off on their channels, and how that could take away financially from your family and from your own way of life because you get so wrapped up in that. And you know, I just put that video up yesterday, and it's already had so many great responses. And you know, and I think some people, I find that, you know, they have a good, healthy approach to it. That's great, but a lot of people do not. Just like what I'm talking about here, time and money, two of the most important things if you really think about it. You know, you don't know how much time you'll have on this earth, so you might as well make quality time with the people that you have, because you don't know, no one's promised tomorrow. And you know, and you don't have to be 85 years old and just be sick and pass. It could be anybody in any situation. You know, with money, you know, you might have a pretty well-off lifestyle. You can afford to that. But if you're not properly saving and not hold on to your money and keeping track of how your money's being spent, and then all of a sudden something happens to you or your spouse, your loved one, or your kid, or your car, or your house, or your job, now you have all this money invested in a bunch of, you know, cardboard. And as somebody mentioned a couple in that video, was that it's really hard to move cardboard when you need to move it. It's not like something that really has a lot of value. So sometimes it's really hard to get the money you want for it quickly if something comes up. You know, there's a process to it. You know, there's an auction. Like, you know, a lot of times you can't just walk into a baseball card shop and be like, this card's worth $5,000. I need $5,000. It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to go through auctions, and then you're going to have to hope and pray and fingers crossed that you're going to get somewhere near what you want for it. So, I mean, you know, so those two things are very important, and I just, you know, kind of have come to the realization, maybe I've even talked myself into it as I did these videos, where I'm going to put my, where am I going to put my time, and where I'm going to put my money, where I'm going to put my, my love and my passion for things. And I feel like I want to invest it more in my family, my son, maybe, you know, spend some more time on myself. You know, really, you know, go through and figure out what I need to do as the time ticks by. So anyways, guys, hopefully you all can appreciate and understand where I'm coming from. And if you can't, you know, that's not really my problem. That's your problem. But I definitely, again, wanted to say thank you to everybody. All the subscribers I have, all the people that's been a part of my life, even if it's been on the outset, just on the peripheral. And then, of course, all my buddies. I'm not even going to name everybody's name because I'll inevitably forget somebody. That's not my intention. But you all know who you are. We talk on a regular basis. You know, I love you all like my brother. And I'm always here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still you know, on Facebook a little bit. You know, just my, you know, normal usage. I still have my phone, obviously, so you all can call and text anytime. I still want to share in your all's excitement when you all buy something new or get something cool. You know, for sure. If I do get care packages and all that, I'll definitely be, I'll do a video or something, because I think the people deserve have to have that. So I don't want to do something where I'm just getting stuff from people and not showing what I receive. So I'll definitely still try to keep doing that. And then I'll upload it when I can. And I'll probably still send out care packages. So I got a bunch of cards that's sitting around that I need to, like, get out. So I'll still probably do that, but that's something that really has nothing to do with YouTube. That's just me trying to pay it forward and say thank you to others. So anyways, guys, it's been almost 15 minutes. I love each and every one of you guys. You all have meant the world to me. You all have made me very happy, and I've been so blessed by this community and by individuals. The kindness and the generosity literally knows no bounds. And you've all made me, I believe, a better person. and definitely helped me be a better collector for sure. So until next time, guys, peace, love, and hair grease.